I'm teaming up with my friend. We are going to transform her bathroom on a budget. We're using paint, power tools, and thrift stores. This project is being sponsored by Bathworks, and we are going to transform her tub, her tile, and everything in between. Are you ready for this project?
I'm ready.
Let's do it. It's scary to even think of making over an entire room in your house if you've never even picked up a paintbrush or a power tool, which is kind of how I ended up on my best friend's doorstep to make over her outdated bathroom. Let me explain. Meet Hakimah. She and I have been friends for about 15 years. It was clear that we wanted to refinish the tile and tub first. We used the new Bathworks Spray Refinishing kit, which is the exact same formula as the original Bathworks Refinishing kit that you saw me use in my own bathroom to refinish my colorful fiberglass shower. However, this new kit features a spray nozzle and a smooth brushless finish. But first, I wanted to get a sense of what exactly Hakimah was looking for. What was her style? So we headed to Lowe's for a little shopping trip to look at vanities, faucets, paint chips, and to pick up some cleaning supplies to prep her tile and tub for refinishing.
Should I feel overwhelmed?
No, don't be overwhelmed. I'm telling you, you have me to help you.
Starting to get a little excited.
Right there. Your excitement level, yeah, no, right there, Hakimah.
Oh, right there.
We knew that there were some big projects to complete in this bathroom, some of which would require hired professionals like a plumber. We had our plumber friend, Dwayne, help us figure out a few things about the countertop, like whether we could install a new vanity in this small bathroom. We asked if he'd be able to upgrade the switches, move the receptacle, the outlet, just a little higher to accommodate a taller countertop, and help us install a new modern light. The toiletry closet was cluttered with too many products, and there just wasn't enough space for bath towels or makeup. I wanted to build her some new wooden shelves and get rid of the MDF shelving that was covered in contact paper. The ceiling was really chipped because of the humidity in the bathroom from the shower. Bathrooms should be painted with a semi-gloss latex paint, but in her bathroom, only the walls were semi-gloss. The ceiling was a flat paint, and as you can see, the moisture was causing the paint to chip and crack. We couldn't afford to rip out and install all new tile flooring, so we knew that refinishing the floor with Bathworks would be the most economical option, and it would look great. And we were definitely going to get rid of those outdated tiles along the baseboard and give her some waterproof PVC baseboards for a modern finish. But we had other important decisions to make, like what color are we painting those lime green walls? I wanted to throw her bathroom dimensions into a free online room planner software called Homestyler to show her visually what her bathroom would look like with different features and different colors. To get Hakimah comfortable with this entire makeover, I wanted to get her involved in the actual work. I didn't want it to be just me making all the decisions about what her bathroom would look like. I wanted her to own this experience. All right, Hakimah, so we are going to use this track saw to cut the wood for your closet, your toiletry closet. That's
I'm
it.
intimidated, but that's okay.
We are all creative people, but we have to nurture that side of us in order to let that creativity flow.
You're like, really?
You did it!
Hercules, yes.
One of 5 boards.
I did that.
Well, we have 2 boards.
we
I
did
cut one
that,
and you
rather.
have one. So
Yes.
we actually need 3 more boards.
I'm ready. I'm right behind you, right beside you.
All right, Hakimah, we've cut some of your boards and we're just gonna do a sample. And I always recommend when people are doing projects, always test.
Great.
To see what you like, and then that helps to alleviate some of that fear that you have of making the wrong choice.
Okay.
So I'm gonna let you try this since you've never, have you stained anything before?
I've never stained anything.
So this is your first
my
time.
lips, that's about it.
You've stained your lips. Well, you know what? It's not that much different than staining your face.
I'm going with the black. What do you say?
I like it.
Yeah.
I like it.
I like the black.
This looks good.
Yeah.
Okay, so we know what we're doing. Now remember, we want to make sure that we're cleaning this stuff up. So all of these towels are going to dry. So we're just going to lay these
Lay them out.
and make sure that everything thoroughly dry. And we can actually probably do this, leave this outside too, so it
Okay.
doesn't smell up the shed. We stopped by the Laurel Thrift to hunt for the perfect oversized picture frame. This was going to sit on the wall next to the toilet, and this is where we were going to create some DIY artwork. We couldn't seem to find what we were looking for, Until later, I stopped by my favorite thrift store, Value Village, of course, which always has exactly what I'm looking for, and I found the perfect size frame for just $7.99, and I think it was even 20% off that day. I also found the exact size basket I needed for her toiletry closet for storage that I needed to bring in some earthy tones into this modern bathroom, and that was only $7.99 too, with a discount. A quick trip to HomeGoods, and I was able to find an affordable modern mirror for her bathroom for only $58. We decided that the most economical option would be to refinish Hakimah's tile floor as well. Most people don't know that Bathworks can actually color match most Sherwin-Williams colors for their refinishing kits. The refinishing kits can be used on practically any bathroom fixture, including tile floors, and that's what we were going to do. But before we could tackle the refinishing, we had to replace the faucets first. It's not easy for a DIYer such as ourselves to simply unscrew those and replace them. This was a job for our plumber contractor friend Dwayne. Dwayne also removed the old vanity light, cut a new hole for a new modern LED vanity light that we found on Amazon for not very much money, as well as remove the old switches and replace them with pretty white rocker switches, which we felt were more modern for her new bathroom. I used a putty knife and a hammer to carefully remove the outdated tiles. Now that we had gotten the upgrades to the shower faucet, the electrical, and a little bit of demolition needed, we were ready to tackle the biggest transformation in this bathroom, the outdated yellow tiles and that worn bathtub. All right, so we are ready to get started with this project, but before we can jump in with the refinishing, we actually have to remove all of this caulking. We have removed all of the caulking from the tub. We are ready to clean. This is like the most important step. This is probably gonna be the most time-consuming step because we're gonna clean it with Comet first. Really scrubbing in the grout is very important. And we're then gonna do this probably about 2 times, and then we're gonna move on to some other cleaning to make sure that this is completely clean. This is the most important step. All right, so Hakimah, we're gonna use this blade and we're just gonna test different parts. What I do is I just take a razor blade, a sharp blade, and I go over the tub. That, I don't think that's soap scum, but we can do another rinse. Okay, so we just thoroughly cleaned this. We rinsed it twice. We actually cleaned it probably 2 or 3 times. Now we're gonna be doing the Easy Etch. This is for any porcelain, ceramic, glass fixtures, and we have to do the Easy Etch on the tile because it's so hard. So this is the chemical way to kind of roughen up this surface. So we're just gonna use a scour pad. We're gonna pour this on here, and we are gonna just start going over it and scratching up this surface. We're gonna do the tile first, and then we're gonna move on to the tub. This is what we wanna do. We want this to be super rough, and when we are rinsing this off, we're gonna use 120 grit sandpaper. The amount of preparation that you do when you're doing this project is going to be very clear 2, 3, 4, 5 years down the road when you have a beautiful tub and tile and it's not peeling or chipping. So we do not want to rush this step. Now, the more times that you etch, if you do decide to do it twice, you are going to have to spend a little bit more money on product, but it just gives you that extra security that this is not going to peel or chip. You also want to make sure that you're doing your fixtures. If you've got any fixtures that are going to be staying and we're not removing this towel bar here, we have to make sure that we etch around that as well. Or if you're not concerned about painting that, then you can always put some painter's tape, some paper bag, or something to tape off if it's not going to be getting sprayed. So we're just going to start rinsing this off, and as we're rinsing, we're going to take this 120 grit sandpaper and we're just going to be sanding this as we're rinsing. And that's going to further roughen up that surface again so that the spray, refinishing spray, adheres to this. That's what we want to do. So are you ready to sand? All right, cool. All right, so let me turn this water on. When the cleaning, sanding, and a thorough rinse was done, we used a blow dryer to make sure that everything was bone dry, especially the grout between the tiles and around the drain. Any moisture or water left on that surface could cause future adhesion problems. So we took our time with this step, making sure to completely dry the entire tile, grout, and tub. We also had to make sure that there was no water dripping from the faucet or the shower head. So we removed the shower hose so that didn't get in the way, and then put a glove over the shower head pipe and the tub spout. This was the best time to repair any cracks in the tile or grout with the DAP Alex caulking so that the refinishing spray would cover those areas evenly. We applied the caulking in just a few areas, wiped it smooth with a damp cloth, and a sponge works too, and then let that dry thoroughly for about 30 minutes before moving on. While the caulking was drying, we used painter's tape to tape off any surface where we didn't want overspray to land, including the new faucet handle. We also draped plastic sheeting over areas to protect them, including taping the walls around the tile, the floors, around the toilet, and the new light, and yes, even the cameraman's camera. Keep in mind that the overspray can get on floors underneath of closed doors, so be sure to protect the flooring on the other side as well. Hakimah's bathroom doesn't have a window, so we had to set up a fan to keep the airflow moving. The Bathworks primer smells strong, so this is a good time to put on our respirator mask too. We poured some of the Bathworks liquid primer onto the microfiber towels and started at the top, working our way down, wiping a thin layer onto the tiles and the grout. You can use paper towels to apply the primer, but be careful because it can leave lint on the surface. We coated the tub, as well as the front of the tub, with a thin coat, and then let that set for about 5 minutes. With this new spray refinishing product, Bathworks gives you the option to pick spraying or rolling on. It's the same product, just a different application depending on your preference. Hakimah wanted to give it a try, so I showed her how to apply it, and remember, she's never done any kind of spraying before, not even regular old spray paint. But the Bathworks Spray Refinishing Kit was easy enough for even a novice to use. It wasn't drippy, it wasn't runny, and we kept the nozzle moving, never stopping in one area in order to avoid over application and runs. The long strokes back and forth allowed us to quickly and easily coat the tile and tub. The spray dries really quickly to a nice smooth finish, and by the time we had completed our first coat, including inside of the tub, around the edges of the tub, and along the front of the tub, the tile was dry and we could start at the top and add another coat. It's recommended to add 2 to 3 light coats and keep the spray about 6 to 8 inches from the surface. After waiting 15 minutes or so, we carefully removed the painter's tape that we had applied earlier, pulling at a 45-degree angle. Now, we had to let the tub dry for at least 24 hours before Hakimah could use it, but I like giving it just a little bit of extra time, so we waited 48 hours for her to use it. However, I did stop over her house to caulk around the tub after it had dried for 24 hours. Now, you might be wondering how much of the smell lingered when I stopped over the following day. Well, the smell had started to clear out, and she reported that the smell was completely gone after 48 hours, which is great.
Look at that.
I love using the Bathworks caulk and gun in one because it has a built-in caulk gun with an adjustable trigger, and the tip is pre-cut for you. It's easy to apply. I just twisted the cap off, adjusted the trigger, and ran a bead over the seams, smoothing it with my finger. And just a word about cleaning her newly refinished tile and tub. I did leave a can of Bathworks cleaning spray with Hakimah so that she can easily and gently clean her tub and tile going forward. And I advised her to steer clear of any harsh, abrasive cleaning products so that her tub and tile can look great for years to come. The tile and tub were looking amazing. Before I could refinish the floor though, Hakimah and I had to go through the entire same process that we did for refinishing the tile and tub. Therefore, we cleaned a lot. With Comet, we applied the Easy Edge cream and allowed that to sit. We used that waterproof 120 grit sandpaper to further roughen up the tile floor. We had to use a blow dryer, but we also used a heat gun to ensure that the tile and the grout were 100% dry before moving on to the next step. Now, refinishing a floor is not the same process as spraying or rolling on the product. First, I had to pour some directly onto the floor, and then using a squeegee, I had pushed the product over the floor by spreading the product out, filling in that space around and over the tile, and making sure that the product was thick enough to prevent any of the original light-colored tile color from peeking through. We let that floor dry for at least 24 hours, preferably 48. Hakimah walked barefoot on it for a few days or so after to ensure that it was fully cured.
All right, Hakimah, we are done this bathroom. Oh my gosh, this looks amazing. This doesn't even look like the same bathroom. Now let's talk about cost. This complete bathroom out of pocket cost us about $2,500. Bathworks sponsored this video, so we didn't have to pay for the Bathworks refinishing kits. They also supplied the refinishing kit for the floor. We were able to get the quartz countertop donated to us. We also were able to get the faucets for the sink and also for the tub donated by Pfister, which was amazing because that saved us a little bit of money. If you had a contractor come in to do this, I think this entire bathroom probably would have cost $20,000, $25,000. We spent a fraction of that. You can refinish your tub and tile, you can refinish your floor, you can do the paint, you can do all of these things. I think we did a great job.
I think we did a wonderful job. We
All right.
really did.
All right, so we are done with this project. If you want to learn more about Bathworks that sponsored this project, you can go to bathworks.net. Come back again, because we're going to be doing more bathroom makeovers.
Yes.
We're going to be doing more bathroom, like not just bathrooms, but we're going to do, I think we're going to do your bedroom. We're going to do your bedroom.
Living room makeover.
We're going to do all kinds of makeovers. So if
Yes.
you want to see more of this, be sure to subscribe to Thrift Diving and come back, because we are always doing amazing things here at Thrift Diving. I'll see you next project.
Yes.